This is how it seems to me. Life is only therapy, real expensive and no guarantee. And so I lie here on the couch with my heart hanging out, frozen solid with fear, like a rock in the ground. Whoa, buddy, you move me.
So your reputation precedes you, and your success makes your name. Once you have an established business with a clientele, then the next client comes because of your success. Probably a business card is mandatory because there's always new people looking at the business. And there's lots of publications to advertise in, but the best thing probably is to have a story written. A story, if your story's interesting and a story can be told, then there's publications for it. There's a national magazine, there's quite a few of them, the Blood Horse, the Thoroughbred Times. 30 years ago, probably horse racing was best known by the Kentucky Derby and the purses that the horses were running for, which would be at that time the best in the world. And now that the Arabs have got into horse racing, and the Japanese and the Chinese, the market has gone global, and we now might be producing horses that go to the United Arab Republic and run for $1 million purses, and to not only to England, which had been in the past a tradition, to the New Zealand, Australia, Japan has $1 million Japan Cup. But a lot of it still starts with the Kentucky, that we all go to Kentucky, find the best horses. The best horses in the world are bred there. It's a hub, and from there we all... Now, we do have a large Hispanic population working at the track because of the movement. And most people, after a certain amount of time, do learn some Spanish. The trainers, most of them have picked it up. Myself, zero. And that hasn't hindered me, because I feel as though we talk about horses and the communication about the horse usually gets across. Other things can be translated by somebody standing next to you. So communication doesn't become a barrier too much as long as we're in the horse, in that situation. Safety is probably a major priority in our barn. If we have, if safety is our greatest concern, we do have OSHA, WISHA watching over us. We are responsible to labor and industries to keep a good workplace. We pay for those fees, and so the worker has to be safe, and that means that we have well-trained horses, we have well-fed horses, well-mannered horses. Their care and their equipment is of the utmost quality. Breaking isn't happening, and anytime something's breaking, has been an accident. An accident causes all of those things to fall apart, more money to be spent. And so, yes, for instance, our equipment you try to buy the best quality English-made leather equipment. Your nylon should be strong, easily handled. The equipment has to be washed, cleaned. Horses don't get diseases and problems in their skin. But still, the best quality is the best product to buy. And so leather goods may come from England. Feed comes from eastern Washington. Other grains come from the central United States, the farmlands. We certainly shop for quality in those products. Our help does come from Mexico for the most part. In the beginning, grooms were called Guinea, and Guinea was the name of a groom. That was his job, but that's because the grooms came from New Guinea. His job is the coach. The coach takes the team and makes it the best, the healthiest, happiest, fastest horse, and reports to the client that his investment has been well regarded. I would say I'm the marketer and manager of the farm, which is Terra Firma Farm, which creates the horses that go to the racetrack. It's a 2-year process. Horses are born here, raised here, and by the time they're at the racetrack, there's quite an investment. And from my hands to the trainer at the track, then more time is involved here, but the job begins at the racetrack. Well, I would say this is part of the continued demand right here. This mare is a brood mare because her sister made $100,000, and we feel, of course, that this baby is the product of good blood and good nutrition and good upbringing, and that he'll give us a chance to get another $100,000 or more. And that's probably the basis that all of us look for and what drives us. The beauty of the sport starts right here, and in a way it ends right here. Probably our highest expenses are our human resources, and so the only way we can actually save money is in our supply, which our goal is to buy in bulk, do everything we can to keep that cost down, and whatever it takes, because those prices are not fixed. This bale at the private supplier will be $12. When we go straight to the farmer that produces it, we pay $5. So that margin of profit we like to keep in our own pocket. We're not afraid of the labor. It probably costs $7 per day per horse to feed and bed them. And on the most part, we have the equipment, the trucks, the trailers to purchase our own. We travel from 20 miles away to 500 miles away to save money by buying in bulk. Our raw materials probably involve the hay, the oats, the bedding material, which is a byproduct of wood, our fencing from Idaho, straight from the reservation, straight from the forest. Products such as the plastic products we order them straight from the manufacturer. A lot of plastic goods for watering and feeding. Horses destroy a lot. There's a lot of turnover in equipment like that, and they eat a lot. Definitely in all things we buy the internet on tangible supplies. Although local suppliers are starting to match internet prices, feed and bedding, we tend to go to the grower, straight to the grower. We're probably one of the few that goes to the oat grower in Washington. And we use our own equipment to haul and our own manpower to get the supplies. So our margin of profit does stay in our own pocket.